this is a really great opportunity for me to talk about what probably will not happen to about 99.9% of the people in this room. But I do want to give you practical examples of how we deal with communication online and how we deal with community management during difficult times. And it's basically how we use social media, first of all, to share stories. And if anybody has been affected by cancer, you might know that, I mean, everybody has an experience. Everybody has had that connection to cancer. We were hoping to get 3,500 or so individuals downtown to ride their bikes in Austin. We had over 800 people sign up, totaling over 4,300 people that signed up for this event. And at each one of our events, we have this great tribute wall. And people are able to take these cards that say in honor, in memory, and I'm a survivor, and make little dedications, a visual dedication of why you're there. And I take pictures of individual ones, and I use them because they're very shareable online. We always lead with a story because we think that, you know, it makes it more personal. I'm not going to send out something on Facebook that says, you know, please give because this is a great group. I'm going to say, please give because we helped this person, Brian Rose, who was affected by cancer and didn't have insurance. We were able to help him, get him connected to insurance, and get him into a clinical trial. So sharing those stories explains your mission, it makes it personal, and it also makes you feel good. So you're more likely to want to give, and you're more likely to want to get involved. So some of the things that we do that I use social for is to amplify the mission of the foundation. So anything that goes out, whether it be on Facebook or on Twitter or in YouTube or on the blog. We also use it to educate people on a wide variety of cancer topics. So I will have a open-ended question that says, hey, you know, some people that have been treated and they have chemotherapy side effects. Anybody else have that experience? And those are the ones, those comments and those posts are the ones that get the most comments, because you're not out there selling your group, you're building that community of people. We also use it to recruit participants and advocates, but always with a story and never with a, hey, come out tomorrow. You know, it's always a picture of an individual that is riding their bike with one of these signs on their backs that says in memory of grandma. And we also reach out to those in need. People will post on our Facebook page and they'll say, hey, I was just diagnosed with cancer, I don't really know what to do. And you know, I will come in and I will comment on those and say, you know, we're here for you, here are our services. And so that back and forth communication is really, really important. Just throwing something up there and letting it sit, that's no good to anybody. That's not social, that's just outbound marketing. People are so willing to share their story online, and I really encourage everybody to make your community a place where that is possible. This is Brian Rose. He's 34 years old and has stage 4 melanoma. So in all of this mess that we've been dealing with, I knew people were going to be going to our Facebook page to see what are we going to say about all of this, you know, this crisis that's happening. I want people to know that, hey, we're about this guy, and this is our mission. And so, once again, using the open-ended questions, name something that makes a patient experience better for someone with cancer in treatment or out. And over 350 people commented on that post. It was about the real mission. And it's because people, the community that we've created, that's why they're there. We have our manifesto on our wall at the foundation. So this post in particular was talking about managing post-treatment pain. And you'll see that there are 103 shares of that photo. So people will say, oh my gosh, that photo is really great. I'm going to share that with my friends. That's going to end up on their wall. And their friends are going to see that photo. And they're going to see that that links off to a blog. And that blog is all about moving forward after pain. And it's a blog that has a video in it that talks about how to move forward after pain. So it's giving cancer survivors and their loved ones and their family members real, tangible advice. Social media is not magic. You don't set up a Facebook page, tomorrow you get 100,000 followers and everybody's happy and everybody gives money, immediately. What I completely suggest is creating an editorial calendar, having some people be in charge of it, having multiple people be in charge of it, but have everybody be on the same page. Moderation and redirection is amazing. Somebody is eventually going to say something not nice. And so what you need to do is, you don't need to take everything down, you can redirect. And a lot of times, your supporters, if you've built that great community, they'll redirect for you. And believe me, that's better than you going in and making a comment or taking it down. There's a lot of people that will contact us and say, hey, I didn't want to put this out in public, but I've been diagnosed and I don't know what to do, I'm really scared. And so I'm able to talk with them one-on-one. There are people that come in that are not so savory. So this individual, his name, we'll call him Mark, because that's his name, decided to give me his 2 cents about our founder. And I think I had pretty much had it. And instead of deleting, I said, you know what, I think that it would make me feel better if I thoughtfully crafted a response and posted it. His note says, you are a fake Armstrong. You should rename yourself to Loser. Hello, you're writing a cancer charity. This is not a Lance page, a cycling page, or a fan page for a cyclist. You're speaking with an individual that works for the foundation. I help people get access to the information they need to get through their cancer diagnosis, treatment, and post-treatment. I was going to delete your message, but I thought that it might not have occurred to you that you are speaking to a staff member and not directly conversing with Lance Armstrong. Social media gives everybody a voice, and finally, everybody has something to say, even that guy. What you see here is this really great tool on a Facebook page. It automatically goes to what are called highlights, which is things that, that you have posted as an organization. There's this magical tool that says post by others. And from there, you can choose really great stuff to highlight. This person was talking about what a great time she had at the event. She posted a huge gallery of photos that she took. So you click the little star on the top right corner, and it makes it show up on the home page. As many times as I can post about how great the weekend was and how great it was, elevating the voice of those individuals that were there at the event, their own pictures and their own family, that's even better. When you're thinking about, should I delete this? Should I leave it up? In a time of crisis, it is really important that, number one, you protect your community. You've spent a long time building relationships and talking about it and sharing your organization's mission. So if somebody is being attacked on your page, you stand up for that person. If it's hate speech, delete it. But if somebody says, you know, I have some reservations about this because I'm making a complete argument that actually makes sense, then you might want to leave it up and let the community deal with it from there. What I was told over and over the last couple of weeks is, oh, Brooke, don't take it personally. It's not about you. It kind of is, and it should be. Because you put your hard work and your days and your hours and your time and your energy and your hope into this community. And this is why. I put up a blog post. It was about our founder stepping down as chairman of the board, and we got all sorts of lovely comments, some of which were constructive, some of which were not. This individual, his name is Alex Khalil, and Alex Khalil is from Nairobi, Kenya. So he started an NGO in Nairobi where he goes literally hut to hut and talks about cancer stigma. So Alex wrote to us saying that, you know, we're with you during this difficult time, and a little bit of broken English. Our lovely, awesome person, Tony, gets on and says, you'll publish a semi-literate rant from Alex Khalil. I know that sounds racist, but it truly isn't. but you won't publish any comments slightly negative about Mr. Armstrong. Well, that's not true. And so instead of deleting this person's comment, I informed him that he's the head of an NGO, he helps people in the poorest places on the planet, and with that said, maybe you should educate yourself on our mission. I think what I'm saying is that even in really, really difficult times, it is a really great way to pivot and share your mission and just keep going back to your mission. Those are the places that we are online, and feel free to ask any questions.